Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hello friends, checking in on CMG NKE GoPro Twitter daily weekly time frame. CMG bulls are just exploding to the upside. We've got a ramp up on volume showing that increased momentum to the upside. Upper wicks of profit taking by the end of the day have us cautious, and I personally would prefer day trading CMG at these levels because of how extended we are at the upside here. And the bulls have certainly shown their strength first thing each morning over the past 3 days, and it's been a wild ride to the upside. So if you've been watching these videos, you know my opinion, where we have the company buying back shares is the most likely scenario in my opinion. It could also be Ackman loading up. Whoever it is, they have a lot of money and they are aware of technical analysis because of where we saw the short squeeze at the key support, and they are exploding through resistance levels, changing the trend on the weekly time frame for CMG. This is the highest price we've seen in over 10 months. We're well above the upper Bollinger Band in full-on breakout mode. That upper Bollinger Band will be support on any consolidation, and as long as we hold above it, the bulls will remain in full control. On the weekly time frame, we have broke 5 resistances this week. We had 5 lower highs. All of them have broken. The goal for the bulls tomorrow is to close above 439 to keep the upper Bollinger Band as support, as the last 3 tests of the upper Bollinger Band have been rejections, so closing above that level will show continued strength into next week. The next resistance after this 450 psychological level, we're looking up at 467 and then up to 480, 481.63. I would not be surprised to see CMG make a complete turnaround here. It already has. So we're going to see a trend change here. As long as the weekly middle Bollinger Band support holds, the bulls are going to turn things around and try and head back up to $500 psychological resistance. This is a very significant technically, what am I trying to say? This is a technically significant development. And I believe in the last video I said I expected these resistance levels to be broken within a few weeks. It took, what, 2 days, 1 day? So the bulls are pushing this move to the upside, increase in bull volume on the weekly. CMG has been a lot of fun to watch and trade over the past week. NKE consolidating after being unable to get over the middle Bollinger Band resistance. That level is 56.70 and driving the price to the downside. The bulls ideally want to hold this 50-day moving average of 55.63, establish a new higher low of support, and then try and make another move at that middle Bollinger Band. I'm looking at the low of this inside bar candlestick. That was 55.54. Ideally, the bulls want to hold that level, establish a higher low, and then try and get back over that middle Bollinger Band resistance. The weekly time frame, it's all about this 100-week moving average. Goal for the bulls tomorrow, close above 56.24, turn that level into support, and keep that level as support over the past month. GoPro bulls giving it up a little bit here today. And I believe we did see some unusual option activity where the bears started to make some positions here on options on GoPro. And I'm actually looking on another screen here, trying to find it real quick. We've got GoPro April 28th, 2017, $8.50 puts, and over 10,000 contracts were purchased. So someone is making a bet that we're heading back down below 850 heading into the end of April. So keeping a close eye out, because oftentimes that can either indicate some insider information or, definitely worth watching what unusual activity in options are doing. So GoPro support is now currently 852. Our resistance is 885 and 880. And we have higher lows here still intact, and the bulls did buy this dip. So there's no red flags for the bulls at this point in time. If we were to break the low of today tomorrow, that would be a bearish way to end this week heading into next week with bearish momentum. And the weekly time frame is still struggling at these exponential moving averages. We've rejected from 2 months from these exponential moving averages. Currently 875 is that resistance. That's the goal for the bulls to close above by the end of the day tomorrow. Twitter, very tight. Twitter is worth watching now. And I'm going to set myself an alert right when I end watching this video to watch Twitter over the next 2 days. And that is because we're either going to see a close over the middle Bollinger Band, indicating the bulls have some momentum to the upside, or we're going to see a move back down to 1470 support and then 1432. You can see how tight we are getting here. Very, very tight range. The Bollinger Bands are squeezing up, and the volume is dropping off. So look for a volume spike and a break of this tight range heading into potentially even tomorrow. We close near the low of the day, so the bears have some momentum into tomorrow. But early next week, we should see some action on Twitter. Weekly time frame still struggling at exponential resistances, unable to confirm a bullish reversal candlestick to save its life. So we know the momentum is favoring the bears. The question is going to be, can the bulls get over the daily middle Bollinger Band, which will be in the 1508 area tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We will see you over the weekend.